Hi. There we go. Hello, everybody. Been one of those mornings. So I apologize for being late. Like an hour late than usual. But we're here now. We're here, and everything's fine. It's all good. Test stream. Brilliant. I'm sorry to disappoint with my face. I just started with the chair. But there we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome along. I hope you're doing well. And like I say, thank you for coming along as well. We got Zlurb, Hazlurb, Newt as well, Stormcrow, Prime, Trekker, D-Dude, Akari, Robot Brigadier, Rubo over on Twitch, Owen, Oz, Project Striker, Akari, hiya, Spank. Trekker says, hello all, doing a little building myself, new CV for my current playthrough, blend of a Star Wars ISD, but with nacelles from a Star Trek ship. Sounds like the Ventress to me. Yeah, same bloody thing, basically. ISD with nacelles. But I hope it goes well. Maybe you can outdo the Ventress. Build something even better. Bigger and stronger. Exciting times, isn't it? Right. This is the Ulysses C9 light carrier. So it's weird, isn't it? Because the last Chillin and Buildin I did on this thing was like far from complete, let's just say. It's done. It's finished. It's on the workshop, in fact. It's already on the workshop. I've already uploaded it to Steam. I needed to get it done in order to carry on recording with the guys on my Empyrion server, basically. So that we could actually get this damn thing in. Episode coming soon. Thanks, Merlin. Late! How's little one? She's good, thank you very much for asking. Yeah, she's back in nursery, she's all fine. They bounce back pretty quick, you know. It's just a pain in the ass when they are sick. You gotta take care of them. Bleh. You must take care of their sick children. God, it's just horrendous. Anyway. The Ulysses is live on the workshop for all to enjoy now and use and tell me all the things that I forgot or didn't do right. But it is so far from what I managed to play with it, it's pretty good ship. This is the Core 9 version. The version I'm bringing into my survival let's play is a Core 3 version. So both versions are on the workshop, so you can get the Core 3 version in. I missed a texture! Fudge! You know what? It ain't ready. Gonna have to take it down. Both versions are on the workshop, so you can bring it in a Core 3 and upgrade it, or bring it in Core 9, depending on where you are in your playthrough. But yeah, she's good to go. Fully textured, in and out. With full Wi-Fi, ammo boxes before you start, harvest containers, Pentaxid tank. Everything that needs to be in here is in here. Micro warp jump drive, teleporters. I've even done some LCDs, which I don't like. I hate LCDs. They're in the pain in the bumskis. But I did them anyway. We have a wellness retreat on this ship. You missed a spot. I'm not telling you where it is. What are you, Laney? Hey, Grunter. Why not stream the Reforged Eden 2 New Start? I didn't want to stream it. We did it. The last series I did was a stream series. And its reach wasn't amazing. You know, not everybody likes a stream. Some people actually just won't watch a stream, even watch the VOD back. They don't like it. So I wanted to make this series a a recorded series. So it would have a better reach, basically. And more people that used to enjoying the content on the channel would then return to the channel and enjoy the content again, because it just sort of, the streams didn't get on particularly well. I enjoyed them, don't get me wrong. I actually think it's a better way of playing the game, but you know, it's not just about me. So yeah, and we got crew quarters, both sides. One has blue carpets, and the other has brown carpets. Large gravity generator doing its thing. Yep, not suggestive at all. We've got a tactical room, scanning tables, science tables, upgrade stations, teleporter, all medical, armor, lockers, fridges, again, upgrade stations, and of course the bridge with a hatch at the top to get onto the top deck. And the view. Not bad. So my workshop, there's a link to my workshop in the video, on YouTube at least, down below. And you can go ahead and you can grab this now if you want. Or the Core 3 version. What I've also done, if you look in the F4 menu here, color-coded and labeled all of the boxes with 3 to spare for your own purposes. And we've got signal logic for the drills, the front hangar bay, production, radar, hydroponics, gravity. Maintenance access is these little hatches on the side. Hit this and these open. Otherwise they stay shut. I mean, you can go up and F them, of course. In here we've got the shield arrays, chargers, capacitors, and access to the thrusters, fuel tanks, and stuff like that as well. And this is where the ship becomes asymmetrical, because on the other side, there's another engineering section. There's a different set of devices in it. Generators, plasma, turbines, micro jump drive, so on and so forth. So if you need to get access to those areas, maintenance access. Honestly, the ship was finished for days, and then it took further days to do all this stuff. Yeah, the logics and stuff in there. It was getting a ship ready for the workshop was quite a grueling task. Now I tell you, it used to just be like take a few pictures and upload. No, signals, everything. There we go. That is the first time I think I built a light carrier like that. I mean, I built... What other carriers have I got? I've got the Jupiter. The Jupiter is the only other one. In fact, the Jupiter... and this is now out of date as well, because it's Reforged 1 version, the Jupiter. And that could probably be considered a light carrier as well, because it just... I mean, you look at the size difference here. So back of the Jupiter... They were about the same length. Isn't that interesting? About the same length. But the width is completely different. The Jupiter has this whole con tower business on the top. So the only landable deck here is this, and then it's got these stupid gun things on the side as well that stick out. So you ain't getting a CV on there, not really. Not really comfortably. You know, unless it's a small CV. But the Jupiter does have this. And I originally built the ship for vanilla. And this space in here was big enough for, I think, 5 of my Tri-Fire heavy tanks, which are freaking enormous. The Tri-Fire. Vanilla build as well, so obviously, you know, just everything in vanilla is just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous amounts of firepower, ridiculous amounts of armor, and yada yada yada. You could have 5 of these suckers in here. But yeah. That's the only other carrier that I've done. Really? Boo, comm towers. I suppose there's Blighted's carrier, yeah. The Onager, the RF-4. That wasn't really my build, though. This is something that Blighted did. That thing is definitely the biggest. And again, I've got comm towers. And by using this thing, using the Jupiter, I realized that comm towers are just annoying. For two reasons. They restrict the amount of space on top that you can land something in. And they also restrict repair bays. Because they get in the way of the bounding box. So yeah. I decided with the Ulysses to do away with comm towers entirely. They have a perfectly flat top. It's perfectly flat. There isn't anything that can get in the way of the repair bay. Not that it's got a repair bay on it. That's something you're going to have to add yourself. But you'll want to do that as soon as you can, really. And there's plenty of space on here to put a repair bay. Whether you put it up the front or the back. Although the big square one, I suppose, actually, I think you need to sink that in, and I'm not sure if it's airtight. That might be a problem. But yeah, there is nothing there, and even these turrets here, they look like they come above. They are sunk in by the one block height that they are. This that just sticks out, this doesn't count, right, as a block. So nothing on this top of the ship that's going to get in the way of docking or get in the way of a repair facility. Whereas these previous two were a pain in the ass. Yes, Prime, I know, I did add them. Blighted's original design was also lumpy, and it's, I had to flatten it out. So, yeah, Blighted had basically these two pipes either side, and he had the hull dip down on both sides. So I flattened the whole thing. And then, yes, I put comm towers on the top because I thought they were cool. Yeah, that's a Reforged 1 design, so... Plus also, it's just kind of... It's too big, too heavy, too bulky. It's not practical. It was just like, what can I do with this thing that Blade made, you know? Yeah. Sounds like the instructions to your barber. Was the Zeus even a Spanish build? No, the Zeus was not. The Zeus is Movado's. Star Trek vibe with the Ulysses. Well, I hope not. That should have a Star Wars vibe to it. Its design was inspired by the Quasar Imperial carrier. So basically the Quasar is a flying hangar bay, right? But it has this kind of triangular pointy bit at the front. So you got this, and this is where the bridge is, and then you've got like 4 hangar bays across the front here. So they have taken the Quasar, and I've just gone, well, that's the general sort of shape of something that I want to kind of do, and then done something to it. It can still fit 2 Vendetta CXs on it. Yeah, nice. The Vendetta, something I need to bring back as well. Anyway, so Ulysses on the workshop. Enjoy. I hope you like it. There we go. I do have it. Today, I need to work on the new faction HQ for the SpanjCO faction for my series. Now, I'm going to get the guys to help me with this build. I say help me. They're probably going to hinder me, let's be honest. But it's going to be a collab build, but it's been such a week this week with the kid being sick and having appointments and stuff that I need to get to. I just haven't had time to set up a creative server and get things started. I figured anyway that getting a bunch of hooligans in to a creative session together and saying, let's build this thing, even with a good description or even with an image like the thumbnail of this stream to go off of, they're going to get it wrong. Simple case of that. They're going to fuck it up. Because they're shit. So, hey dude. I resemble that remark. So I figured actually it was probably a good place to start is to actually get some kind of like framework, some kind of foundation or something in place initially, and then get the guys in to essentially do a lot of the grunt work and put a lot of blocks in and finish it off. But I do want to also allow them to be able to put their own mark on it. After all, you know, it's a collaborative build. It isn't a case of me just whipping a labor force. Yeah, there's something to be said about actually allowing some people to have a creative input. Limited creative input. Faction HQ that I would like us to have is very much like the dry docks in Star Trek. Now, the dry docks in Star Trek, they don't look particularly big until you take into account how big the ships inside them are. And I'm not talking about Earth Space Dock, the big freaking squid-looking thing. No. The butt plug, if you will. The butt plug station. It's the dry docks that look a little bit like this thing. This is a very old build of mine. This goes back to the days where I ran a server called Shattered Realm. And this is one of the headquarters for, well, Clan Emerald Moon, which is also based on the concept idea of a Star Trek style space dock. And it being an extremely old build of mine means that it's, well, it's probably built of combat steel, for one thing. Hardened. Well, that was very reserved of me. And obviously it's completely lacking any kind of textured detail and stuff like that. It's all very flat. And just put some color on it, it would seem, and called it done. But I did use the glowy light textures to produce the light up kind of stuff effects, I suppose. Now, this, well, I mean, first of all, it needs to be converted to steel, ideally. We need to somehow get a metric butt ton of storage into it. But half of the work is already done for us in this initial construction. There's a lot of work to do, and having some assistance with it is going to be excellent, I think, because, you know, the groundwork is kind of done, isn't it? Some texture or two. They each get a tin of paint. Where's my room? Well, this is the one thing that I was thinking of maybe of handing over a little bit, was getting a series of rooms or some kind of like deck type design type thing, and allowing the guys to have some say, or basically a let's say 10 by 10 or 20 by 20 or whatever size of box, and just saying that's your space, do what you want with it. I think a space dock superstructure will not have lots of different textures on it. No, true. A lot of it is going to be sort of fairly plain and stuff like that. Yeah, so this was an admin POI, and the idea was that the faction could come in and use this space and do what they want with it. But it was an admin POI, so they can actually affect any of the blocks inside. This obviously all needs to be gutted. Look at all the furnaces. All these like landing pads and stuff like that. This hangar could be half the size that it is. It doesn't need to be this massive. Which gives us a lot of space inside. I figure the top as well, which I have strewn with piping and random shit, can be flattened out and turned into an airstrip style landing pad for smaller vessels and stuff like that. Or even, you know, CV pads for docking on top. Then, so that's basically, you've got 2 decks here. 2 decks that could be 3 decks easily. You just have to take the ceiling out. You've got 3 decks there. We got deconstructors, and this was recycling, was it? I can't remember. Yeah, you got manufacturing over here.
Welcome aboard.
Filled with constructors and stuff. So, Jesus, this thing had container extensions? Did it really? 64,000. Not very many then. Huh. I thought this predated container extensions, I've got to be honest. I thought it predated weights and volumes. Weird. Anyway, this all needs to be gutted. Completely gutted. There's the core. We got the hospital wing, which actually is quite a nice hospital wing. I even took the time to put in some kind of weird wood sculpture type thing. Yeah, because we got
welcome aboard.
Actual surgeries and X-ray rooms as well. So apparently, I had a lot of fun with the medical ward here, and it's freaking even gone upstairs. Yeah, so big hospital area. Easy Heal 2000, love it. And more manufacturing. Plenty of space in here once used efficiently. Underneath the landing pads, all these boxes. Yeah. And then we've got some weirdness. Because the structure was so massive, ultimately, there's just an enormous amount of space in here not being used. Generators, fuel tanks for days, solar capacitors. Yeah. Yeah, it just goes on and on and on, right? And it's just this sort of weird space. But in the middle was an elevator down that went into the trade floor. Bertram's, armor and boosts, interweave. Yeah, I don't. We can't have actual traders on our faction HQ. Put a grid over the pipes. Oh, nice, yeah. Yeah, it must be microfaces. Insta storage there, Spanj. Yeah, right. Thing is, I might just like completely and utterly gut the interior and redo it from the ground up. Put container extensions in that empty space. Exactly, Prime. Exactly. But the point is, there's enough space in here for an enormous amount of storage. There's a huge amount of RP in here that can just be essentially deleted. And I'm not saying that let's not have any RP, but I think it needs to be redone with priorities put on practical spaces over things like boardrooms. You know? The faction headquarters, control center. There was a switch around here somewhere. I swear there was. Lockdown switch. I forgot where I put it. Ah, there it is. Flip that. The station ever come under attack, they could flip the lockdown switch, right? And say somebody of another faction flew into the open hangar bay. Bearing in mind this thing's got an admin core in it, right? So if somebody was to come into the faction HQ, fly an SV in there, start murdering people, yada yada yada, they could hit the lockdown switch, essentially locking them inside the station. And then deal with them, basically. So yeah, loads of like little Easter eggs and stuff in this thing, little funny things. But yeah, two huge long decks of trade floors, and this could all be. I've got some gardens here, but imagine if this entire deck from that end to that end was hydroponic units, not the grow plots, hydroponic units, you know. And then we got the armory here, which is just like loads of beds and wardrobes and stuff. Tables and bathroom. This is a bathroom. Like, I had too much space. And I just invented shit to fill it with. So yeah, I think we can turn this into, we can update it to Reforged 2 into a very big, very good faction headquarters. And the great thing is that space in the middle there is massive. Let me get one of the biggest ships. One of the biggest ships that I have. It won't actually spawn in there because it's inside the bounding box of that thing, but it will fit, as you can see, because that is wide and tall enough for the Valkyrie. It doesn't fit because the bounding box goes outside, but the ship will fit because you can actually see. You can actually see the edges. Right, fine. You're not going to believe me unless I fly this thing in, are you? Will it fly? Yeah, it will fly. Look at that. Trust, my friend. All right. So I think it's big enough. The ship won't stop. Stop! So, yeah. Big enough. Now we need to clear it down, basically. Faction colors are very much as the Ulysses, sort of grays and whites with red highlights. So we'll do a replace mode. First of all, on this dark gray. Let's grab the Ulysses, actually. Just over here. So I can pinch the color scheme straight off of that. I'm going to get rid of these two, so they're not clogging up my session. No 4 presumably is the Jupiter. Yep. Nothing could stop Valkyrie. Like a hot dog in a hallway. Speaking of the Ulysses and paint. One of them likes his paint. Alright, oin. Yes. A bit of pipe had the wrong texture on it. Ah, it's got it on this side as well. It didn't verify. Oh, shit. Undo. Place mode off. Yep. Anyway, I was coming here to pinch the gray. There's that one. Copy. Okay. Come over here. Oh, configure. I'm gonna go. It's actually the blue paste. Okay. What we do is we. Why is that so grey? This has already got a custom color, sort of grey. Then let me copy that because that looks like the medium grey. Let me reduce that one down because that might brighten it up. Sorry. Got this mouse cursor in the middle of my screen. Right, there we go. And replace that green with a darker green, a darker grey. All right, made an instant difference. And yeah, just the inside. It needs completely gutting. The red glowies are of a sort of higher level detail. So yes, do the red glowies, but it will require me sort of like cutting into the blocks and doing stuff. What are these are 3 high? Wow. 3 high. You know what that means? Every block inside this could be a container extension. There's gaps between this as well. But there's no reason for, say, that block line to exist. all the way along. So yeah, there's a lot of like redundancy in the blocks here. Always love finding spots to hide containers, right? So this is all, yeah, it's all hardened steel. So one of the first things we need to do
Read the chat, yeah,
is do a replace blocks. Have we got a bot, have we? Yes! Be gone! Bat him! It is done. It is done, my friends. Thank you. "50 shapes of grey more." That's a job for D-Dude to keep him out of trouble. Yep. Degraded. Do the old crew do anything like CPU reduction in Reforgene 2 anymore? No. No. Old crew is just decoration now. Yep. It's funny when you said old crew, I thought you were talking about the Chaos crew. Whoops. Sorry. Lol. Yes, let's gut this sucker. Yeah. Which is a shame, but also it's not a shame. It needs to be gutted. I'm wondering about keeping these little SV thingies, to be honest, and then just drawing a line here and saying that's the hangar bay. Just that. None of this shit here. Just these little SV pad things here. Right? I think that's enough. Also the inlights. I love the inlights. That's great. Now, do we start with a backy 40 or a lefty righty? Maybe a backy 40 and a lefty righty. Absolutely backy 40, lefty righty. Let's go. I'm assuming the core is central. If it's not, I have only myself to blame. Alright, so that is dead. Dead. Central, right there. Yeah? We can test this by going block, middle block, first hanger, middle block. Oh, not first hanger. So the lefty righty is correct, but the backy 40 is not. Backy 40 is not a central block, but a whole block. Like that. We're going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that one. Do the same test. Is that the middle one? Oh, now I'm not so sure, actually, because look at that. Maybe I had it right the first time. Let's put 2 blocks. First hanger. Oh, it's definitely not, because there's an extra freaking hanger on this side. There's a whole extra hanger on this side. How is this possible? What did I do? I mean, it is asymmetrical, isn't it? There's a whole extra hanger on the other side to this one. WTF? Okay. So I'm going to have to take that one off and just do it lefty-righty, because the backy 40s are an inconsistent. They're in an inconsistent state, which actually makes me want to just gut this thing even more, to be honest. Oh, we were going to do replace blocks, weren't we? Let's do that. High risk. Oh yeah. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. So if I've got this right, we do replace blocks 1206, and these are hull armored I think it's just, is it full blocks? Large blocks. Blocks. Okay. Hull armored large blocks. That's all blocks. And we just want them steel, right? So it's hull large blocks. I think I've got that right. I'll do is steel, and then I think the whole interior I'll do is plastic, right? The outer everything on the outside will be steel. Then we're going to gut the interior anyway, right? Hull armored. Do I spell armored right? Is that armored or armored? Armored. I think it is spelled incorrectly, right? Just O-R, right? Armored. Let's freaking hit return and see what happens, I guess. Worst thing that happens, I'll have to respawn the station in. 91,296 blocks were replaced. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we had a bit of a drama last time, didn't we? We had a bit of a drama last time, but once I came off stream and I was actually able to read it properly, I understood. And you were right. And I apologize for getting all flippy and stressed out. But yeah, not the concept to explain during a stream. It just gets all lost in translation. Anyway, that is all now steel block. Okay, so huge reduction in material cost straight away. Yeah, should mention there is no undo on replaced blocks. Yeah, that's what I say. If I pick it up, I just respawn the station in. It's fine. There was steel plates to build this in the factory then. Let's have a little look see. The statistics will tell us oh, okay, hang on. That's 772,388 iron ingots. I mean, this is why I have half the server in the faction. The other difficulty I've got is that there is actually a size limit of 26 on the server. Sorry, complexity limit of 26 on the server. This is a little bit over. By a smidge. But the great thing is, I own the server, so I can do what the fuck I want, right? Mine. Deal with it. Okay? Alright? Yeah. Sorry. My server. I put a size limit. Yeah, yes, it's one rule for you and one rule for me. Yeah? What do you want, an apology? Yeah. So there we go. That is the very essence of admin abuse. Don't apologize. Stick it to the peasants before they stick it to you. Don't like it? Complain to management. Ah, got him. Spanj is the law. Admin abuse! Oh, fuck. I pressed the wrong button. Shit.
This is where the fun begins.
Yeah, literally. This is where we start making massive hull breaches. Go delete. Nonsense. How far back does this go? Start revealing the superstructure. You know, you don't need to fill every freaking nook and cranny of the station. You can just like square and wall things off if they're not a useful shape or space, you know. This isn't chilling and building today, it's chilling and gutting. People will think it's a fishing channel. We got a gravity generator snucketh in there. That is honestly a good problem that we'll need to solve. I don't like hiding gravity generators in holes where you can't see them. I don't know why. Although I'm tempted to take this entire floor out, to be honest. Let's try and stick to having the floor as somewhere where all our container extensions can go. This doesn't seem... That is a very, very thick ceiling I've got there, isn't it? The other challenge we're going to have with this station of this size and fitting as much in it as that I want to fit in it is CPU. CPU is going to be interesting. I think when we build it here in Creative, it's going to be wildly over CPU. And then we're just going to have to basically scale it back. And then try and upgrade it during the series. Once we get access to quantums and auxiliaries and all that stuff. Usually what you do is you have multiple bases, spreading the CPU load out. Oh, balls. Even the pipes were hardened steel. Ludicrous. Oh, I did attempt some block texturing here. Look. An attempt was made. So what I'm going to try and concentrate on doing today is just rooming this thing out. Because if I can get it to a point where I can divide it into sections and say, this is going to be constructors, this is going to be furnaces, etc., etc. If I can get it into that sort of state, then I can, I keep pressing the wrong button. I can get the boys in next stream, and we can make some serious progress on this very quickly. And then I can critique them and rip them apart for their shoddy building technique, and everybody will have a lot of fun, Do I put these expensive, difficult to get hold of CPU extenders in my base or upgrade my ships? I mean, if you're in the SpanjCO faction on the server, you don't have a choice. This is the headquarters, deal with it. Alright, you knew what you're signing up for. Give me your quantums. What's that? You're still in a starship? Don't care. Give me your quantums. Company takes priority. This, I'm running it like a basically greedy corporate machine. Everybody knows this. I was very clear about that when I started the faction. Polaris are going to be blushing, at how we run things around here. That's also, faction headquarters is going to have all the supplies in it that you could possibly ever need. To the average player. I gotta I gotta clarify that because there are some players out there that are just absolutely insane. But to the normal player, the average player, you know, the whole idea of this station is that it's gonna have everything. You're gonna be able to come here and just be like, right, I need to bring in this combat CB so that I can start taking on legacy. Oh look, here are all the materials I need. Blam. And then even ammo, fuel, everything, and off you go, off to legacy space to go and farm more quantums or whatever you're doing. The faction HQ is here. This will be where everybody drops off their ore, their supplies, their loot, everything that they get. Come here, they drop everything off, they refuel and rearm their ship, and then they go back out and they do another round of looting and hitting POIs and trading and all that stuff. Unlimited food. Unlimited food, because what I'm going to be doing is putting people in charge of things like food production, growth, medical, food and medical. And this whole freaking deck here is just going to be filled. 1, 2, 3. Hang on, let me do this properly because there's half blocks here. It's pissing me off. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Bastard. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Two lanes of hydroponic units from end to end. Not grow plots, hydroponic units, right? End to end. And these are these things down here. Hydroponics. So you can get hydroponics of every food type, grains, herbal leaves and fiber and fruit, and blah, 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 blah. And they produce, I think, twice or 3 times. I mean, his prop yield is 27 of spice. I don't know how many spices you get from a single hydroponic plot. I think it's like 2 or something. So you get like 18, let's say, from a 3x3 plot of spice. And one of these gives you 27. So you know you got a definite increase in yield with the hydroponic units. I think they grow quicker as well or something. I don't know. Anyway, they're better. The short of it is they're better. So yeah. Got a station full of those. Yes, you're going to have unlimited food. This is going to hurt. Ugh. There was quite a lot in that space, but it had to be done because all of this is being redone. You're not going to recognize this thing when we're done with it, I don't think. Well, that's the hope anyway. But saving ourselves a lot of time by having the structure already done for us. If I had to do the structure as well, that would be this whole stream would just be framing out the structure probably. Here's one I made earlier. I've done a very blue Peter thing today, haven't I? Shout out to everybody in Britishy land that understands what Blue Peter means. Or what it was. I'm sure there's probably plenty of Americans that realise and remember what Blue Peter was as well. I don't actually know. Oh, you bastard. Not you. You're refitting a previous station. Got it. Yes. Yeah. So, for those of you that missed it, I suppose, this is Emerald Clan HQ, which was actually built a long time ago when I run a server called Shattered Realm. It was also built off the concept of a Star Trek dry dock. Give you a little view outside. There you go. Enormous. The challenge I have now is gutting this thing to be repurposed and rebuilt into something useful here in Reforged Season 2. The whole thing was built out of hardened steel, which, you know, isn't as bad as the whole thing being out of combat steel, which builds of this era usually were. They were just built out of combat steel because there was no reason not to build out of combat steel. You had the strongest steel type. It was so easy to get. Thousands and thousands and thousands of blocks of combat steel. There was no reason not to build in it. There was no weights and limits. There was no CPU attachment to it. There was no real problem getting it. Yeah. Now, combat steel is less easily acquirable, I suppose. In space, I suppose a wet dock would just be a dock. Any sort of dock where you attach the ship via a single airlock to a fixed station. A dry dock, the ship is completely and utterly offline and is part of the station, if you know what I mean. It's attached by umbilicals and clamps and all sorts of stuff to the station itself. That would be a dry dock. Essentially, the ship would be out of the water for all intents and purposes. A wet dock, as you would call it, would just be a normal dock. This doesn't look nearly as long as yeah, the entrance over here is like, bang, that's it. Whereas this side has got this crazy, like, corridor thing going on here. Honestly, I don't understand what the hell I was thinking. Uh-oh. Yeah, we'll put the normal shutters in here, don't we? Well, now we can use blast doors. So we don't have this trench. We will need to put extra force fields on them, of course, but that's okay. So I suppose we'll have force fields on the inside. Well, could be either way, couldn't it? Force fields on the inside or the outside. Hull breach. What's up with the mining carrier? It's a work in progress. I mean, my priorities have been shifted a little bit with the carrier, the light carrier that I was building. But it's not falling off my radar, don't worry. Very much still aware of how much work I've still got to do on that one. Lots of deleting at the moment, sorry guys. Not much in the way of building going on, is there? Yeah, ultimately it is actually quicker using the selection tool, isn't it? Have any of you guys ever returned to a really old build? Try and retrofit it? Basically, have you ever attempted to do this and gone all the way back to a really old build and done something like this? 11 plus sadness in seeing it all disappear. Don't worry. It'll be back. Better and stronger than ever. I don't see it necessarily as disappearing either. I mean, it's all safe and sound inside a blueprint in my library. Do a measuring stick. A decent sized little pad then. It makes sense. SVs from old vanilla were massive as well. Did I ever show you my sky whale?
Welcome aboard.
Sky whale. Oh yeah. The sky whale, as the name suggests. This is an SV. Oh yeah. And the idea behind this SV is that it would fly circle strafe something. Clockwise. And the incoming fire would aim at the guns here and miss because of the circle strafe. That was the whole idea of it. So you were safely in your cockpit over here, circle strafing whatever, shooting freely, and everything would miss. It never worked. The damn thing was too slow. Can you delete stuff from the devices menu? No, you can't. Still trying to wrap my head around proper CV weapon loadout myself. Proper CV weapon loadout. Oof. I mean, what are you trying to make the CV do? What's its target? I suppose is the ultimate question. Sky whale. Absolutely ridiculous. Bunks. It even had a lavatory. Sort of. And then this was in the days when weights and volumes didn't exist, so it's all these tiny little cargo boxes. Yeah. And the warp core. Everything else was thrusters and RCSs. Look. Look at the RCSs. Oh my god. Look at the RCSs. And even with all those RCSs, you have 13 degrees of roll, 18 degrees of yaw, and 13 degrees. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I didn't tell you it was a good build. It was just funny. Look at 4 RCSs in here. Look at them all. CPU didn't exist. And people thought adding CPU was a bad idea. And then you see this sort of shit that we used to build. We used to build this sort of shit. Oh, it's so bad. So bad. It's hilarious. Redo it. The thing is, there's some quite nice things in this ship, you know, the whole little like crew space here. That's quite nice. The bunks, they're quite nice. You know, I quite like those. I don't know what's going on here, but I tried LCDs, look. Before they were the holographic kind. Oh my god. The sheer number of thrusters and stuff. Absolutely hilarious. Anyway, that's what SVs used to look like. Back in the oldie days of servers like this space station came from. Oh, the mistakes of our youth. Hidden thrusters. That's illegal. Yeah. So yeah. Funny. Right. I think what I'm going to do, other than light up this entire thing with the headlights on this thing, is copy and paste this section of the station and paste it over to there, and then draw the hangars off here. And hopefully that'll give me a nice center spot as well. There's 2 blocks after the trench, so I need to do 2 blocks after the trench as well. Is that 2 blocks before? 1 block before. Hang about. How did I even symmetry this thing? That's 5. Brilliant. Okay. Right, I see what happened here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's on the first thing is on the 5th block. On this side, 1, 2, 3, 4. First thing on the 5th block. So this is where the trench should be. I.e. the oops, got a bit click happy there. Go. We need a 2 gap space. So yeah, I need to place that there, right? Because if we have the blast doors here, and then we'll need the force fields behind it, means you're going to have this sort of blank space here. That's fine. I have top bottom blast doors. Glass doors embedded in there, and then force fields here. And there we go. Okay, cool. So we remove selection. That's right as well. So yeah, we just need to remove this. There we go. Okay. Don't forget the solar panels and plasma turbines. Yep. Yeah. And we'll get to that, don't worry. Okay. So if I now grab this, do this big old selection box, and this is going to go outside the station as well. Because of the shape of these landing bays. Yeah, that's everything. That's everything. Okay. There we go. Copy. Paste. Nyong. Nyong. We gotta keep going. One more notch. There we go. Paste again. Remove selection. And then we just got to remove... Oh, we didn't include... Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, to be fair, that doesn't matter. We're going to have to take the end off anyway, because we're going to be putting a wall here. So, take this one off. Everything from there to there. Delete. There. Delete. Hey Vespa, dude, thank you for the follow. Welcome along. John Queer as well in the 9 months. Appreciate you. The M Dreep Reaper. Thank you for the 9 months resub. Belmonte as well, the 23 months resub. Aiken takes the 48 months resub. Siva Damros, 36 months resub. Dude, thank you so much, guys. I'm so sorry that has taken me that long to say thank you for that. I apologize. Thank you very much for your patience. What the hell is going on here? We're nearly done with this section here. Oh, damn. Wow. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Didn't take into account the exterior there, did I? I didn't realize there was bumpiness. The thing is, later on in the build process, I'll probably end up adding like bumps and greebles and all sorts of things on this in this area and these big flat areas. Right now, I'm trying to get it as close to a sort of a stable sample, as it were. We can get the guys in to help with this. This is so massive. There's no way I'm going to be able to do all of this on my own. This is definitely a group effort. For sure. This is one way of doing that. I need to do from here. To be honest, this should now be plastic. No reason for that to be steel at all. Right. Paint tool ready. Thanks, Oz. Wait, Woz, were you the one that painted the base? Because if so, you're not allowed a paint tool. Spanj will make the frame, then they continue with the community build. Yep. Yeah, so I figure if I get like a bunch of people in to a creative session and say, let's build a space station, let's make it try and look like this. Ultimately, it's yeah, good. Thanks, Oz. It's even with a really good description or even with a picture to work from, there's going to be a disparity in scale. So I thought today might be a good idea if I just put basically the framework, an empty shell, if you will, of something that we can then work on. Otherwise, you get the syndrome of too many cooks, basically. Hey, could you build me a hangar bay? Sure, no problem. Okay. Could you build me one that actually you could park 20 SVs in and not just 2? You know, that sort of thing. Because we don't have a blueprint to work off of, you know, or a set of standards and stuff like that, like the construction industry do. On the limits of the game, obviously, but yeah, I think we need to put a shell in place first, and then go from there. So we've got ourselves now. Let me get rid of this as well. But it's the same as the other side, and then I need to do a symmetry test to see if we got both symmetries are now aligned, and that's going to help speed things up considerably. Right. Oh. That's interesting. Look at that side. Oh. Look at that side. I'll put that there. Ah. So that side is much closer to the outer hull. See, these are the sort of things that I need to get kind of spot on, though, isn't it? There you go. Look, there's the problem. And there we go. That's now in alignment. So, symmetry and symmetry. Let's put that back on the middle of a block there and see if that is actually accurate now. All right. So let's do by trench here. First block on that to the trench. And no. No. Where the fuck is the middle point on this thing? Jesus. Okay. Wow. That's way off. That is way off. Okay. It's like there. Right, let's try it. There. That in the middle of a block or between blocks? Between blocks. All right. Ooh, close. What's that? All right, so we're 1, 2, 3. I'll call it 5 blocks, including. 5 blocks including, yeah? We go 5 blocks including. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah, we've gone too far that way. Go back a bit. Because it's a middle. Still 5 blocks. I don't understand. What? 2.5 blocks then. 1, 2. That's 2 blocks, so that would be 2.5 there. Ugh, motherfucker. Okay. One block. One more. We get there eventually. There we go. That's one block out. We did half the difference, yeah. I realized. Sorry, it took me a while, but I got there in the end. That is the center point, right? Right there. So that is the old center point where I put the stairs. Like a tit. Not in the center of the station. Definitely, I mean, you can see it here, look. Take a step back and, yeah. Big old disparity there, isn't there? Let me mark the center point here so that we can find it again. Center point. Okay. Do it on the top as well, actually. Inevitably going to need the center point at some point. There we go. Now then. I'm gonna... Because these stairs are quite nice. I quite like how I've done the glass down the sides of the steps themselves. I think they look pretty sick. So I'd like to keep that. Having this sort of... whatever we call this. Concave sort of thing going on inside here. I think, again, it's quite cool. And you'll be able to actually see down onto the ship's dock inside. Part of me wants to extend it out to this outer edge here, so we don't have this like weird lip. Fuck me. Oh my god. That scared the shit out of me. Window cleaners. Right. Where they going? Whoa, what the fuck? What just made Spanj jump? Just the window cleaner. Anyway. Let's start by moving these stairs to the center point. All this needs to be gutted. And if I can widen this, it means we've got even more points for hydroponic plots, right? It might be called a promenade. Like that. The promenade. Fuck yes, I'm going to call it that. Like DS9. Welcome to the promenade. With the center point locked in as well, if we can move the stairs onto the center point, then we can have an elevator shaft that goes all the way to the top deck as well. Windows cleaner the rest. I thought it was a cat or something. Hey, Riot. Yeah. I'm in. All right, so let's go symmetry off, selection on, and we go from here. Let's go from here to here. That's the full width of the stairs. And then let's go up to one down. Boop. There you go. We do a cut. Cut. Paste. Shimmy. This is going to be a counting exercise again. Because it's like 1, 2, 3 on the 4. Right. So 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be there, right? The spot is going to be there. Can I see the spot? No, of course not. That would be far too easy, wouldn't it? 4. Paste. Symmetry mode. Bang on. Lovely. Okay. The stairs are now central. Huzzah! We got a 3 block gap between windows. We got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we need a 3 block gap, and then we're gonna have this is gonna be messed up. So put the symmetry back on. Let's just get rid of these windows here, because the sequence is now out of date anyway, out of order. Fill this in, fill this in, fill this in. Fill that in. Let me go. Wow, really? 1, 2, 3. And then we got 3 windows. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, hello, cheeky. 2, 3, and 1, 2. There we go. Okay. For bizarre reason, there's a section here that's just 1 window. Presumably because I've fucked up the count last time I did this. So yeah, there we go. That one's got 4 windows. Like some bloody lunatic. Who created this station? A bloody psychopath. There we go. Although not really. Good God. What on earth's going on?
Read the chat, yeah, prat.
Wait. Wait. What is it? What is it? What is it that you want? Right, I'll fix that. Who said that? Oin. Of course it's Oin. That can be a job for one of the guys later. Fix the windows in the hydroponic space. True. It's worse, a sponge. Should have just started from scratch and cut bits off the old one as needed. Yeah, that's a possibility. That was actually... Probably could have done that. Thing is, the bits themselves would have also been a bit of a state of things, so... Tricky one to say either way. Should have been done like this or that or whatever. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these windows, they're all freaking out of whack. They need to be dealt with. All right, so let's see if we can extend this out so we've got a wider thing to work with here. We need these windows. I think this whatever you want to call it, pontoon thing that I built here was essentially the marking point for where how the station underneath is zoned. But that can actually just be continued right to the outer edge there, where we can have the window and then a much larger space underneath. So if I take this out here, and I will have to take it out all the way along, but let's take it out that long there, and then yeah. There we go. Okay. From there. Ah, you motherfucker. This is where you mark the center spot. Symmetry off, selection on. And then we do a cut. One paste. Move it into line. And paste. Aha! And we do the same on the other side. Do a cut, one paste, move it into line, second paste, remove selection. Turn symmetry. That's interesting, isn't it? The pontoons are out of alignment as well. You have to disable XY so we can fix this. Continue this line is correct. That fucking monstrosity. Right, hang on, that's not right. So that line was correct all along, actually. I restored the wrong one. Did I? That's... what the fuck? Uh-huh. Trying to like figure out how you did old builds, and I'm like, I don't even know how the what did I do? I don't even know. That looks like it might be longer this side than it is on that side. It is longer. Look at that. This just ends far sooner than it does on the other side. On the other side, I've got a longer thing. That's what she said. Got a longer thing. I don't even know how to measure this. Except I just rip the whole side of this station and copy and paste it onto the other side. Which, in fairness, I should have done from the beginning. And that would have solved a hell of a lot of problems that I've had with this fucking thing so far. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Yeah? If the old build is wonky, add on 3 hours of faff. Spanj, watch your original build video of this monster to find out why you did that. Was it too long? The other side had extra arms that threw off symmetry. Yeah, you got an extra arm here. Because there's the 2 arms. And then I've got this extra arm here. Because it was too long. Like, it didn't fit. Didn't fit. That was it. It was... I think I built it too long. Gosh. Okay. Oh, look at this as well. This is another symptom of the hangout copy and paste that I did. Nope, that doesn't work, does it? Tricky one. Now that you got such a big section like this, you got to rotate it, and that's where things go wrong when you start rotating it. But we'll give it a go. For some reason, the rotation like moves it over a block usually. Yeah, no. It moved it over a block. So you go that way. Of course, they both say hangar B, but you know, easy. Yeah. Right. Now the sloping is correct and not psychotic. Has anybody checked if someone has refitted or updated this on the already on the workshop? Ah, you guys aren't loving it, are you? So with the arms, right, what I could do, if they're bothering you that much, is I could take the one off the end off, move this one along, and then put the one in the middle in the middle. So one on the end in the middle. There's nothing wrong with the arms, is there? They just, yes, let's do that. It's really bothering you guys, isn't it? Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, no worries. Cool. As I went away, has Spanj started yet? Oh gosh. Okay. All right. No problem. It's okay. We shall fix it. It shall be fixeth. And it will be great. Yeah, it's a proper wonky donkey station, isn't it? Anyway, okay, so we're moving the arms then. That's actually reasonably easy. So we'll do selection tool from there to OSA. That's going to be reasonably easy. There's actually some overlap here, isn't there? So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It's okay. There is some overlap to the station. Like, you know, it's going to eat into the floor here and everything, but we'll figure it out. It'll be all right. Don't worry about it. It's still quicker than starting from scratch. Honest. Such a big box. What are the stats looking like now? You don't want to look at the stats now. Zoop, zoop. Right. Oh no. Hold the fucking phone. You know what just happened there? Did you see? It went outside the build bounding box. Right. This might be one of those cases where I need to use this thing, the blueprint parts business, because I can't actually keep that in the build. Copy. And then how do we do it? We save to list as double arm, let's say. Okay. You're a double arm. Now let's remove selection. And then we go double arm, rename, auto detect, set selection to BP part. Okay, so we set, where did that go? That one. There we go. And then we go paste. Is that, hang on, we got to do a proper test. Do a proper test here. Let's remove the selection. We do grab a selection like that. That, and we go copy. Okay. Remove selection. Set. Then we do a new selection. Set selection to part. And then we do paste. Ah. Look, it fucking pastes the old shit, not the selection. Set selection to blueprint part. Replace? Do you want to replace double arm with the current selection? No, no, cancel. Okay. Parts editor. How do I then? I want this. I thought the blueprints part thing was so that you could save blueprint parts to a list and then reload them into the copy and paste. It doesn't seem to do that at all, does it? Let me do this selection here. Copy, remove selection, create a new selection, set selection to the blueprint part, paste. And it pastes in the, not the blueprint part. So the selection, it's just saving the box, not the actual what's in the box. The fuck is the point of that? Show blueprint part. Double arm. Brilliant. Well done. Yay? I thought it was for saving bits so that you could add them later, so that you could do modular shit. I've never used this really properly. Delete all blueprint parts. I wonder if that deletes the whole fucking thing. Right, okay. Do you know what? It doesn't matter because we've got one here. We can just pinch that one. So let's use this selection here to just go delete. And then let's do the same to the other side as well. Works as intended. Yeah, right. I mean, I'm sure it does work as intended, but its intention seems a bit pointless. I don't understand why. Why does that exist? Delete. Okay. At least we got this bounding box thing. It's quite good. So then we grab this one. Actually, we need to grab the little one ideally, don't we? Yeah, grab the little one first. Remove selection. Grab a hole. mess of the station front here as well. I'll have to fix. Cut, paste, move that over there. Paste that. What if I do it now? Give me a box big enough. Copy, paste. Hey Spanj, and everyone jumping on a bit before bed. Hey La, welcome along, buddy. Sold out. I decided to cancel getting motivated for the day. Back to the stream. Using the detect all parts on a build set will automatically select and save every separate section so they can be copied and pasted to another starter block to assemble the structure. Oh, thanks for a million. It was designed to work with build sets for each POI construction. When you say something like detect parts, right? To me, that's like generators, fuel tanks, and stuff like that. Not the whole blocks, but that's just me. All right. Better? Are we happier now? Should the middle strut have a more centralized design rather than being like a lefty-righty Drop. That would be detectable devices. Fair enough. You may return to gutting the janky. Thanks, Owen. Boy, so the symmetry mode is still centralized. Central block? Yep. Still connected to there. Right, okay. We've got a lot of clearing up to do now, haven't we? This is now all out of alignment. It's quite satisfying doing this this line, this particular block combination. Filling it in like this. Ta-da. There you go. Now, I've got a big problem up top as well. So I've got these kind of like, whatever you want to call these, I don't know, fins or whatever. There's one randomly just over here now. That's got to be moved over there. Be in line. So I've got to do I don't know whether it's quicker to do a selection. What's underneath these things? My SV hangers. Which are now fucked anyway, to be honest. They're alright on this side, but yeah, on this side they got completely screwed over. Look at that. They're hovering off the floor. Are they even at the same block height? They are, yeah. Okay. Their floor got deleted by the that thing. So yeah, screw it. I'm just going to copy and paste them because they're effed anyway. Building like a knight in chess. One to the side, to forward. Yeah. You have to delete the pipage anyway, so the top is going to get attention. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Just this selection box is going to be absolutely enormous. Just going to cut right through. Yeah. It's fine. I'll do a cut because I think that's going to be easier. It's fact anyway. What do you mean? So grab one half, that whole half of the station there, copy it, paste it, turn it around and splonk it there. Is that what you're saying? Splonk. Will this have an admin core? No. No, it's going to be a normal player base. Splonk. It's a fun word. So I should take the side that's correct, is what you're saying. Copy it and paste it onto the side that's incorrect. That is genius. Although it is going to actually do a lot of damage. I'm not gonna lie. This is inside. It's going to cause utter chaos, but we're getting it on the inside anyway. So what does it matter? That is the biggest selection I think I've ever made. Copy. Paste. Rotate. I'm not seeing it rotate. I'll be honest, I don't think that rotated. It did not rotate. Had it rotated? There we go. Nope. Undo. Oh, the game's gonna fucking have a little fit at me, I swear. I'm pushing it so much. It does the little... There we go. When you rotate things, it moves it over a block. And also... Yeah. Now that's better. Paste. And the stairs are intact. Well, what do you know? We've got a long way to go before we can get the boys in. Alright. So on this side, I don't think we've got any grow blocks. Oh, we do. Yeah, I've got this like plate here. You can see the plating. Grow block. Plate.
Welcome aboard.
I think we could probably do some somewhat inventive greebling around that sort of thing. The other option is we raise the plots up one block, so we sit them on top. We have like a raised... that's going to fuck with the windows though, isn't it, if we raise it up? Raise it up. No. Okay. We will just have to sink the grow plots in. When they're hydroponics, it's only one grow plot per 9 3x3. You need to place a hydroponic unit on a grow plot. Just one. And then it's fine. Look at all these blocks, man. We're doing this with symmetry mode enabled. Trying to get rid of many of these kind of redundant blocks as I can, to a degree, I suppose, because you still got this deck, I suppose, here we can call it. Anyway, I should have done all that with symmetry on. Where's all the storage? We'll get that. Imagine Spanj doing home renovations, his family hanging on for dear life. On any still existing surface. I just wanted a shelf. When I get my way with this, the medical room paint job will be the least of everyone's issues. Wah! Jesus Christ. No. No. Okay. Okay. Wow. Every motherfucking time I press the wrong fucking button. Delete. A lot of floor space. A lot of floor space. Bob was still there. Oh no! Not Bob. Bob! No! How much fuel capacity this had for an admin POI was ridiculous. The days of limitless weight, limitless CPU are over. We must now all abide by a new law. A new rule is rising. All all shall bow to CPU. Weights and volumes. Failure means death. What is the complexity of the station now that all the gubbins have been removed? I don't know. There's no core present. Please stand by. Center spot. Boop. 42. 42. It's still 42. That's brilliant. The complexity is probably largely due to a lot of the blocks that are on the roof, which are completely unnecessary. Just sheer block count, basically, just sheer block count. What makes it do that? Right, so what we're going to do here is fill that hole in first. Yeah. I would say from here. Yeah. What that translates into is a lot of profanity. Go back to here. There you go. Should have started from here. That is all now carbon. Apples. Consider that. More price to pay. He's looking for symmetry anomalies. There are always symmetry anomalies. Alright, what we can do as well, we can do the same thing with the selection tool and just fill this entire area here that's just missing blocks. To be honest, it doesn't take too long with symmetry enabled. I think that the amount of time it would take is similar. So we just fill it. Oh my god, that was all those blocks. He's doing it times 4. That's all those blocks. Wow. Okay. Why are these ones carbon? They're not. They're steel. They've just got the carbon texture on them. Oh, it's just black. Sorry. Just a few missing blocks there. Please, Elion, please give me an infinite block. Things like this just highlights the need for them. Really does. Infinite blocks. It's so helpful. Yeah, look at this. Look. Thought that might happen. And is that a symmetry thing that's going on, or is that okay? Oh, that's a symmetry thing going on. Look. It's out of alignment somewhere. I've got a symmetry failure. Are we not on the center block? We are on the center block. Shit. Now what? Looks like it's like one block out of alignment. So difficult to tell where that misalignment is coming from. It's the length again. There is the not the lefty righty, the backy forthy. Backy forthy. Still years of mining. Not for the faction. 689,158 iron ingots. 1 or 2 trips in the digger here. Yeah, see, there you go. Now you're getting it. Maybe it's just an even number of blocks and lengths, central blocks lengthwise. Yeah, I think that might be it. Yeah, that might be it. Okay. So we're going to start doing is trying to section this thing off now into work sections, essentially. So that next stream, I can get the boys in and give them all a job to do, basically. So I'll get rid of all of that. I bet that will reduce the complexity quite considerably. Yeah, 33 now. It took like 10 points in complexity off. Holy shit. Wow. So just, yeah, raw block shapes on the top there. So this would just be a freaking landing pad or a docking strip or whatever you want to call it. So paint it and texture it like a landing strip, put bays on the sides or something like that. Yeah, it'll look awesome. Maybe where we've got the center block there, we can have an elevator, some kind of little building here with an elevator straight down into the main hangar bay, and then the promenade. That would be cool. Right, so let's think about this. We've got enormous hangar bay, but we want to zero it off, really. So let's draw a line. Oh, hang on. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Symmetry. Let's draw a line, and this will be interesting, what symmetry does with this. Oh, wait, I gotta... I gotta enable that one. There we go, let's try that again. Draw a line across here, right? Yeah, that one off, look. One off. It's half a block out of alignment. I think you're right. I think it's supposed to be a whole block, not a half block. So we disable that. We turn that one there, then put that one back on. Do undo. Maybe a redo, actually. There we go. We do this again. A line across. Yep. You're absolutely right. It's an even number of blocks long. Well done. Good thinking. Which is annoying, but there we go. Now we know. Okay. All this will need to be retextured, which is fine. That's not a big deal. The whole thing needs to be retextured anyway, so not a problem. I mean, the stats page does tell you how long, wide, tall build it is, just saying. Yeah, but that means remembering numbers and stuff. What do you want from me? Cut in half, move one half, right? No, Flat Man, because we did that, then these things would be out of alignment by one block, and you'd notice, and it would piss you off. Okay. So, hangar bay ends here. Alright, so that's the hangar bay. So we need that wall to come in, and the hangar bay needs to be niced up. I mean, I don't really mind if they change out these SV pads and make them nicer, because these are ugly as sin, right? But having a double deck SV pads like that would be kind of cool. And now that means we've got all this space here for stuff and things, right? That's a lot of space. That is a lot of space to work with, isn't it? Right? It's fucking massive. Right, okay. So typically I'll have rooms that are too high. Yeah. It'd piss you off more. Yeah, it would. Yes, it would. Yep. I bet you that symmetry changed due to copy and paste of the other end. Yeah, probably. Yeah. So let's see. We need a list, don't we? Okay, we can get rid of that because that was the old playthrough stuff. So what do we need? We need a core room, generator room, fuel O2 room, shields and extensions, or boosters. Although that's less important because the station's going to be in a let's say optional, if CPU allows. We've got the areas for the hydroponics already, left and right. Okay, 1 or 2 max storage control. Yeah, I'm hoping to get something like 50 or 60 max storage controllers in this thing, right? So core room, generator room, fuel room, shields, boosters. We need some teleporter room, maybe, or teleporter somewhere. Teleporter. Plasma turbines. Turbine room. What's the really big stuff for shields? We can put the repair pad on the roof bit at one end that's not obfuscated or obscured or blocked by anything. Or, I don't know if this would work, we put the repair pad down here. It's going to get in the fucking way. It's a shame you can't put a repair pad. Can you put a repair pad upside down? Like, really should be able to, really, shouldn't you? I don't think you can. I think it needs to be... Yeah, there's no, like, spin options. It's literally just spin, spin. I can't rotate it upside down. So the repair pad needs to be on top of the station. Maybe we put it on top of one of these things right up here. So it's, like, the highest point. Because, yeah. Gonna have to be the highest point. Isn't it? Bondage room. Brilliant. You guys have got the right idea. Hospital. Cafeteria. Thinking now. Nuclear reaction sections. Deconstructors. Yeah, so we got constructor room. Constructors, etc. Deconstructors, constructors. Furnaces. Let's have a whole separate room for furnaces. Furnace room. Dog parlor. I like it. Don't have dogs in the game though. But, you know, I like the enthusiasm. It's good. We need an armory. We need a brig. Obviously. Jacuzzi. Yeah. Torture chamber. Gerald. What else do we need? We do need like a control room or something like that, where we got things. Control room. Oh, I tell you what we do need. We need a faction like notice board, and like an LCD room where we can all put messages and locations, stuff like that. Faction. I call it the LCD room. Yeah, but decorating like a big freaking control room with just like loads of LCDs everywhere that we can put stuff on. The repair bay. Like I just mentioned that it needs to go in a funny place. So I think you got two, haven't you? You got the repair pad and the repair bay and the repair. The base repair bay does everything. Actually, it does CVs as well. So this thing, you have to put it on the roof. You have to put it on the roof. It's the only place it can go, and it's going to go in an awkward place just because of the mechanics of the game. You've got. Do we have drones? We should have drones. We should have drones. If we can have drones, we should. They're kind of shit in space, but still. Can't forget a pub. Well, pubs, spas, restaurants, all that sort of stuff. Yes, absolutely. And that's going to be... I'm going to leave that to the guys. I'm going to give them a space each, essentially, where they can go and they can combine spaces to make them bigger and have bowling alleys or arcades or whatever like that, right? Got what I was going to write down now. If your base is only run on solar, you do not need generators and you don't need to obey CPU limits. Solar capacitors don't blow up. If you overrun, only generators explode. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I mean, if we have enough batteries, then even when all the furnaces and constructors and everything are running, the battery should be able to hold it. Because the base is probably going to be idle more than it's going to be in use, I guess. Should we say generator / battery room? If we put a space in for generators, so we got two large advanced generators in there, we put the batteries in there, we put the solar panels on this thing, and I think they'll have to go on once we've placed it, because then we'll know which way it's facing the sun and blah, blah, blah. We can then do some tests. We can then actually see, right, okay, we're getting X amount of power, which is charging the batteries when the constructors are not in use. When the constructors are in use, it drains the batteries. More batteries, right? And then it should be fine. Because you're absolutely right. If you go over CPU, they don't explode. Only generators explode. Going over CPU does affect shields. Like it just like stops them generating and stuff. It's a crazy amount. It also affects guns as well, how fast they react. But if we're not in a hostile sector, if we're not like a UCH sector or something like that, not a problem. Yeah. Contraband room, yeah. Yeah, we got plasma turbines in there. We got plasma turbines, hospital, cafeteria, constructors, furnace room, armory, brig, control room, faction, LCD room. So when it comes to storage, that's going to be kind of everywhere. It's going to be in the walls, it's going to be in the floors, it's going to be everywhere. There isn't going to be necessarily like a storage room where all the container controllers are in one place. However, there is going to be there is a case for the smaller box. The smaller boxes are great, but things that don't weigh a lot or have much volume but can't stack, guns, armor, mods, things like that. So we should have a cargo room, shouldn't we? Cargo bay, right? And now I'm going to take the guys through this as well, and if they're watching, great. But the general idea is, as a faction HQ, somebody will go out, play the game, fill their ship up with shit, come back to the HQ, or actually, let's say this: go to their own base, offload what they want from that shit that they've collected to their own base or their own whatever, however they play. If they're nomadic, whatever, great. Offload whatever they want to keep, whatever they want to use. Keep that, fine. The rest to the faction HQ. Dump it into the various dump boxes available, and then whatever poor peasant, D-dude, I assign to organizing shit in the HQ, D-dude, can then organize the dump boxes into the various labeled and color-coded boxes so everything is nice and neatly organized. So whoever got that job, D-dude, will have a great time just in F4 90% of their gameplay. D-dude. I sell it so well, don't I? Make it sound so wonderful and lovely. Oh my god. Fridges, food processors, kitchen, or is that the cafeteria? That's cafeteria. That's cafeteria, yeah, sorry. Spanj, guild tax then, yeah. Well, I don't want to call it a guild tax because I don't want to say you have to deliver X, like a percentage of everything that you get to the faction. It's just whatever you're not using, whatever you want to spare. I have 74 640 dump CV we can leave around and carry her back to the base. There we go. D-dude. Sorry, connection is bad. Brilliant. You heard it. You know what's going on. Right, so let's do a little cheeky corridor here. And I'll admit this is going to be a very rough thing, but we'll try and bring that all the way up to about here. There we go. We got the start of a corridor, although I might break that up later or something like that. We can do something like this, or even not, because then we won't have the whole blocks. So I like to just do that, but that does mean then having an inside block. So you're like, It works great. Yeah, like it's a good corridor shape though. Like, but maybe we should swap it around. That one up there, and that one there. Still need an internal block, but it'll be fine. From this, we can create numerous sort of corridors. Still got gravity generators somewhere on this thing, and I have no idea where they are. Somewhere on this station are gravity generators, because I'm in gravity. Yeah, I've gone through this whole thing. I have no idea where those gravity generators are. I'm gonna have to go into the control panel and find them. That's crazy. Right. So this isn't the core room. This is the central elevator. So I suppose that's another thing on the list is central elevator and what do you call that little building on the roof? Like control tower, maybe? Control. I'm going to put tower in inverted commas there because it's not really going to be a tower. It's going to be like a freaking brick room on top of here where you park your ship on top, you walk in, you go down the elevator, and that's it. All right, so here we have central elevator needs to go all the way up. So we go all the way up and beyond. Okay. From that, we have various floors. Oh, what the fuck? Shit. Which one is the real one? That one is okay. There we go. Now we can do this. Carbon substrate cost is going to be up at like hundreds of thousands as well, I suspect. That's a floor, and that's a floor, and that's a ceiling. So we got a one. Yeah, we got a one gap floor at the top there, which we can again use for things like container extensions and stuff, I guess. Yeah, exactly, Martin. That's a very good idea. Yeah. Good luck farming that. I ain't farming it. I ain't farming it. You lot are. You wanted to be part of the Spanj faction? That's also we can. Oh shit. A lot of it we can buy. Once you guys earn that you know 1 billion credits that I said we need to start trading. 1 billion credits. So this top one here would probably be just another throwaway floor, kind of like this one. Although I realize if we get rid of this floor, we'd then have a third floor up there. We could just sink this all down one thing, and then yeah, I wouldn't be able to because of the that there. But there we go. Anyway, can't you move the top up one to give you an additional floor? Probably, yeah. I mean, yeah, we definitely could because there's already like a gap here anyway, isn't there? That would be pretty easy to do. Cut, paste, up, paste, remove. And there you go. You got an extra level. Easy. So 3 floors. Will mine silly amounts of ore for quantums. There you go. Do you get those button press lifts for players nowadays? Oh yeah, I believe so. These guys, yeah, lift blocks, experimental. You absolutely do. So you could have like a little alcove in here that has a lift block, like cargo lifts into this wall. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? Let's see. Has he got 3 sizes, if I recall correctly? You got that one. The 1x3. It goes up 3 levels, 2 levels, 4 levels, and the big platform, which only goes that many levels up, but still. They would look pretty freaking cool, I think, embedded into the wall here. And you could have a whole mezzanine floor, I suppose. They're only going up 2, aren't they? Does that sit on the top? Oh, no, it sits underneath. Okay. I've gone too high there, haven't I? 2 blocks high is actually that. This is the wrong height. So that would work perfectly. With this floor, we could turn into a sunken alcove cargo room with the cargo lifts in it. Would be really cool. So you just remove these. Put a cargo lift. Hang on. There. Maybe 1 block gap between them. Like that. Just placeholders for now. Yeah, you just got a loading dock. Maybe a cool way of getting things up onto these upper platforms in a roleplay kind of deal. I want to do it. I have no doubt that the IWC would be able to easily acquire 665,000 iron ingots. Probably in a day. Just give them a day, they'll be done. Freaking locust. That's a good starting point for whoever wants to take on the cargo area. You could have, it doesn't even need to be that big, you know, it could be like up to about there, for example. And there we go, we got ourselves cargo room, cargo hold on four of them, really, because, you know, the multiple symmetries. I don't know how symmetry works in creative multiplayer, I really do. Like, we need another corridor up here, I guess? Yeah, because we'd take that out and have it just open plan like that. And then we'd have a repeat of the corridor down there, but up here. Stop it. Like that. We have in stock. They're here. You've already got the order in, look. Cargo space, cargo round. Some fool has mined almost 1.5 million ores on your server. Holy shit. A dwarf after my own stone heart. The great thing is as well about iron ingots. Iron ingots are worth 1 credit each, so that is less than 1 million credit for that much ore. That's less than 1 million. That much ingot, sorry. I don't know, the ingot worth 1 or 2? I can't remember actually. I think the ingot is just 1. 1 credit. 1 iron ingot is 1 credit. So 665,000 iron ingots. Less than 1 million credits. Cheap as chips. Alright, so we've got ourselves a pretty good plan coming up for the cargo room there. Alright, sweet. So, yeah, I mean, there's so much space here. I think I just have to basically cordon off the areas for generators, batteries, fuel tanks, O2, blah, 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 blah. And then we got room under the floor for container extensions, so we can have a ridiculous amount of storage in this thing, hopefully. Upwards, beyond silly amounts of storage. Yeah. When you need. Thanks, Simov. I'll let you know. It's gonna be a while because look at this thing, right? So, my series haven't even got off Epsilon 2, so I appreciate it. Yeah, see, there's not going to be a problem getting these resources on a multiplayer server. It's really not an issue. Okay. So we've got. I think we put another corridor here. And create a corridor down here, like this. And then we can have 4 rooms in each of these sort of quadrants, right? A cargo room. Except this back corner one is going to be either enormous or not easily accessible.
Right, read the chat, yeah, prat.
A manatee ban. What's going on? Hang on. Spanj, immoral blah, 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 does make a point. Using the selection tool, you can rotate the repair block after placing it. Select, cut, paste, rotate, paste. Interesting. It's upside down again. Sweet. I'll buy 2 space stations at that price. The corridor? Corridor's upside down. Oh, yeah. It's okay, yes, you're right. Sorry, yeah. Did the wrong way again, didn't I? Thank you. Good. Cool. There we go. Okay. Yeah. The pear-shaped corridors rather than... Yeah. Oh. We've got access corridor on the side there, or access corridor on the side there. So we would say have and we probably do the same here as well, yeah? Cool. All these pipes and stuff up here. Need to delete these. That's just a load more complexity. Infinite blocks, please. Fuck me. I don't know how we're going to fill this space. I say this now, right? I'll say this now, and we'll come back at the end of the build and be like, yeah, we filled it. Will you be creating the monkey pleasuring room or leaving it up to one of your minions? I mean, I'm going to veto that one. That's okay. Just going to go with a no. Just no. Yep. No. Okay. No. Right. So let's see. Let's start with the core room. Core room doesn't need to be very big. Even with auxiliary cores, it's not a massive room. And I figure that would be best in the hangar bay there, in one of these spaces up here, because this is all very much kind of mostly going to be hydroponics, farming, cafeteria, maybe something like the faction LCD room could be here, and some kind of like control room or something over here that's all RP based and stuff. Because this is an enormous amount of space as well. So once that's filled with hydroponics, then that only leaves these end bits here. And you definitely do a good LCD sort of thing in one of these, that's for sure. Control room, LCD room, could be the same thing, basically. We could do cafeteria, yeah. And the hospital down here, actually. That would be a good one. Hospital, cafeteria, control room, and LCD room. Control room, LCD room, one end, cafeteria, hospital, the other end. That makes most sense to me. And the control room, LCD room, you know, you can have a lot of fun with it. You can make boardrooms, you can make little offices off the side, you can do proper little cubicles. There's so much space here. You can do lots of RP nonsense with it, so yeah. Are they going to be quarters for the crew? Abso-bloody-lutely. That's another one we can add here. It was actually faction crew quarters. We could have a room for every faction member at this rate, you know? This scale of this thing, yes, we absolutely could have a room for every faction member, I think. Okay. I'm going to build a couple of bespoke little rooms here, just to get things kind of cornered off. I want to leave this sort of space here reasonably large. Yeah, these are access corridors. So a large sort of roundish room. We could do stuff with the doors and put some seats around it or whatever. Which means that these corners here should be somewhat sort of curved, I suppose. Best way to do that is with this one, although saying that, that will limit what you can put in the area, so I'll put that there, but I'll leave these ones blank. There we go. Yeah, that's that wonky freaking core, isn't it? When I'm working inside, I really should move that It only really affects the exterior of the station, the center point there. Okay. So I'm going to cordon. Let's get a couple of. And we're going to take all this out once I've sort of got an idea of the size of the room that I need. So we've got large generators. And these are going to put on their ends like that, right? Which means it's going to take up less horizontal space, but more vertical space. So that is going to go all the way to full height of the station. That's 3 floors, basically. There's no way I'm going to put something on top of that. And I give plenty of space between each device so that they can be decorated and blocked and stuff like that all at once. My Munkarooch killed chat. DD's room will be inside the reactor. Now, DD's room is in the cargo hole. Then bed's on the outside stationary. There is so much space. You could have 3 halves instead of quarters. Guest rooms too. Yeah, I got teleporter room on the list. Teleporter is there. So figure with this, you could back it right up against the wall there, bring it forward, maybe 2 blocks. There we go, and put a 2 block gap between each one, and that's 3. You can have 4 of these, can't you? Yeah, 4 of those ones, and then of course you've got. Where are they? The standards and the other ones, which I can't seem to see right now. There they are. Basics. But the basics are, as the name suggests, basic bitches. Four of those. And just to give some verticality to the room. Four of those, okay? And that means that whole section there can be the reactor room, and you've got so much room in there for all the turbines and stuff like that. So you can have a lot of fun with that. Lots of block texturing. Reorientate the generators and the turbines in whatever fashion you want, basically. Alright, so let's get rid of all of that. Put LCD down. Mark it. LCDs. There we go. Let's box it off. I figure as well, you could actually have like, if you had standard generators on the end, you can then do like platforms around them or a higher level and have multiple access points to the generator room from different floors. Be pretty sweet. You can have a lot of fun with this. There's so much space, you can really, like, yeah, like I say, you just go to absolute town with it. So you could cut through here, create another corridor, the same shape, that just goes into the generator room. But it's a critical system, so you probably want to have a door on it. All right. Of course, there's no power in here. There is power in here. There must still be some solar. There's a generator there. There's a generator there. Is there any battery? Solar output. Battery. 5,000. Yes, this is battery. There's still some batteries somewhere on this thing. I'm going to need to use the control panel. There's one there. To find all the gravity generators and things that are buried somewhere in the walls here. But anyway, there we go. There's our first room, and it's 3 stories high, so that eliminates quite a lot of space, really. Not that I'm trying to eliminate space, but it sort of reminds you of the reality of how much space some of this stuff takes up. As we said before, generators might not need generators. It might just fill it with batteries. Generator / battery / plasma turbine room. Let's clarify that actually. And then generator, turbines, batteries. There we go. And okay. So core room. That doesn't need to be multi-stories high, or nearly as big. But you can, again, you could have a reasonable amount of fun with a core room, because you could spread out the core pieces, put lots of computers and stuff around them, and so on and so forth. Let's see. I think in the middle. I think the core room needs to be a middle floor in the middle of the station. Like here. And again, we need to do this sort of similar exercise where we basically get all the CPU pieces and put them in and spread them out and see how much space they take. So let's start actually by creating a floor. A room. Here. And again, I'll try and keep this central elevator thing going. I don't think it's going to be this entire floor, but I suppose it really could be. You know, if we have enough fun with it, it really could be this big. But I don't think I want it to be that big. So I'm going to make it about half the size. Quarter of the size. Let's make it a quarter of the size. There we go. We've got an access corridor here as well, so we could actually technically just have another door here that goes into whatever this is, you know. So we could say that's 4 rooms there. you could have a core stuff there, something else, something else, something else. 8 under 40. Don't forget the Holly Hop drive for your core. Little, the controls are quite easy. Press go when you want it to go. Press stop when you want it to stop. Great episode. Loved it. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we'll go ahead and grab the quantums and the auxiliaries. There they are. Okay. Core room only accessible by crouch tunnel. Yeah, like how it is in POIs, right? So grab the core. We'll put that on a steel plinth. The station isn't going to come under attack, so it's fine. But we'll put that bang in the middle, and we can absolutely. Hello. Where's my core is a steel block. Okay. There we go. We'll put the core in the middle, and we can surround it by heavy glass if you want. I'll leave that to whoever takes on this room. That's up to them, right? And yeah, then let's fill in the floor. Yeah. Oh, I'm on steel. Actually, you know what? That's not bad. That's a happy accident, we might say. We've got 2 stories here, so we put the basics. We'll put them on the end, and we'll ditch the basics. Here we go. These guys, spreading things out again a little bit, and go ahead and put the superiors over there. And these guys like that, and that really does leave the quantums, which you could have 4 of. So we need a good space for the quantums. So we're going to put let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that leaves finally the auxiliaries. And this actually, now we've sort of run out of space here, haven't we? Because we can have 2 auxiliaries. You can actually have 4 of them. But I've created a room here now, and that's not big enough. And you can't actually have a lot of fun with that room either, because it's quite restrictive. So let's take it all back a bit. We'll move it all down a little bit. We'll say take you, and you out. Go all the way back to the advanced. Put those on top of each other, and the superiors. Put them there, right? So let's say the wall of the room is now here. The idea of creating like rows. I know you can have four quantums, but they almost look like their own independent server racks, don't they? Like that. And then the auxiliaries, well, we can just shove them basically right here. Bingo. There we go. A little bit extra space, and everything's cushy. Yeah, Brig is on the list, guys. Yeah, Brig, right there it is. So just so you know, can you see that? Yeah, you can. Core room, generator battery, fuel O2, shields and boosters, optional if CPU allows. So yeah, teleporter, plasma turbine, and a generator room. Hospital, cafeteria, constructors, furnace, armory, brig, control room, faction LCD, cargo bay, central elevator, control tower, and faction crew quarters. And now things like, I know what because you're all come up with hot tubs and bowling alleys and stuff. Yes, absolutely all of that. Even fucking shopping center. Absolutely all of that. But I'm going to leave that up to the guys, because we're going to have lots of leftover space. Once we have assigned space for all those things on the list, everything else is kind of is game. You know, it's free for all. I'll put the hangar bay on the list as well, because I want someone to have a go at that. Hangar bay. Hangar bays. Yeah, there we go. Because although they've got some work in them already, I think they really need some DLC in here. So yeah. Okay, so there we go. We've got a core room. So I'll wall this off. I'll put a ceiling on it, and we'll call that core room. And then somebody can do whatever they want with it. Okay. I'll take all this out now. Beautiful. All right. I don't really mind where the door goes. I have 2 doors. I have one there and one there. Line it up with the core itself. There we go. So we got our generator room, turbines, batteries. Huge room, that one. That's a big project. Computer core, not so big. Plenty of room in there for all the CPU though. That little bit left over could be the IT staff area. Yeah, so we got this I suppose, cubby here. It could be a rest area, like an inset inside the corridor with couches and stuff. Some deco in there. Yeah, it would look pretty sick. There's a lot of walking in this station, you know. Sometimes you just need a little sit down. All right, cool. So that leaves. We've got 2 other rooms here that we could do, and there's a door, and you know, there's a door, and these could be crew quarters or any of the other rooms that we've listed out, basically. Got a little headroom issue as the further we go up, obviously. So yeah, there's some rooms. All right. Core room, generator done room, fuel and O2 room. Not necessarily need to be a room for fuel and O2. You can hide them under the floorboards in this space here. But fuel and O2 tanks, they're not a bad looking asset. And I don't mind having like a nice RP fuel room, O2 room for the big tanks, you know. Doesn't need to be a huge amount of space, to be honest, because additional fuel capacity could be hidden in the awkward parts of the station, like here, this hidden deck here, like we've seen before. So I think we're going to assign a reasonably small amount of space to fuel and O2. I don't want it anywhere near the core room or anything like that. So let's move over to this side for once. And let's put it over here. And we'll make it 2 stories high. And we'll do like half this section, yeah. I'm filling all this in with just regular square blocks, but you know, whoever takes on these rooms can take them out, swap them with half blocks, whatever they need for the for what they're going for in the room that they're going for, you know. Shields and boosters. I'll designate an area for that. Fill it up with a few of the large, like maybe 3 of the large boosters, and that'll do, because the amount of CPU we'll get from just raw blocks, not CPU, shields we get from raw blocks. We need to actually shield generator in there to see that, but we can actually see that CPU statistic. Steel blocks give you 1 shield. There's 82,000 steel blocks, so that's 82,000 shields without a shield generator. or rather without a shield booster. So we don't need a lot of boosters on this thing. So I'll do a little room with a couple of, like, maybe 1 charger and 2 boosters, and that'll be it. That'll be fine. ridiculous, isn't it? And brilliant. Brilliant. Hilarious, but yeah. So I think with the fuel room here, you probably get away with a... Hello, cheeky. Why has it lost its texture? A mezzanine level like that, right? But again, I'll try not to interfere too much. This is more than enough space for plenty of fuel tanks and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and label this one. Fuel and O2 storage. Pipes. I want to see lots of pipes in there. Shield boosters. Okay. I don't need to test the size of... But I do need to test the size when it comes to shield boosters. So advanced shield generator. And these guys. The most CPU efficient. Right. No windows and a shut door. Apparently, why are we wasting money on it? They do nothing. Why are we wasting money on IT? Nothing works. Yeah. You're getting extra CPU in the next update. According to Buildin, there will also be an advanced core 75 plus 7500 CPU for HVs, SVs, and plus 150,000 CPU for CVs and BAs in the next update. Replaces main core. Lounge to watch the CPU. Nice. 3 bloody years. I might have a problem. Also, good morning, Spanj. What's that, Kiki? What's 3 years? Oh, fancy. A 2-door computer. Huh, didn't share. I do personally like the RP options with fuel and O2 on bases. I build, yes, pipes. Yeah, pipes. Gonna pipe that fuel around the place, you know, into the generator rooms and stuff like that. So yeah, crack on. Anyway, shield room doesn't need to be 3 stories high, so that's good. Let's put the shield room over here. It needs to be 2 stories high. If we're going 2 stories high, let's double down on it and raise that up a level. You can have fun with what's on it there. The other option is you sink it. Let's sink it. Let's do that. Sink it down and make it only 1 story high. That will help. And because we've got the deck space underneath this, haven't we? So yeah, you'd need to sink it from there. And then that, it sinks a lot, but you don't have to do it like that. And then that's far enough away that it's not interfering with stuff. And these are 4 high. Maybe we should just embrace going all the way up. I don't know. Yikes. We're losing a lot of space there. So should I put the shield room back here? Maybe we should put it here. We do it along the back wall here. That'll do, won't it? There you go. 1. It'll be a capacitor. Oh, hello. Can't count. No one was surprised. And a charger, right? And let's see, what was the station shields? 154,000. Let's go. Also known as fucking ridiculous. Okay, cool. Okay, so we can actually make that shield room quite optimal size, really.
Right. Read the chat, yeah, prat.
Spanj, 36 months sub. Had the box checked, but it didn't share. Strange. Ah! Kiki, thank you very much for the 36 month sub, dude. I do. Discord ate the message. I mean, Twitch. Ah, I need coffee. Kiki. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate that, man. You're awesome. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So shield room then, and we'll just draw a line. Let's draw a line, say there. Gives you plenty of room to play with. Alright, cool. Plenty of room to play with. Plenty of shields. Lots of pipes and giblets and stuff. Easy peasy. I'll put this one as shields and boosters. Low priority. We'll do that one as a last if there's CPU available. If not, this room could become something else. Okay. Teleporter. Tiny room. Constructors, etc. Okay, where's the central elevators? Down here. Alright. I'm going to split the constructors on the ground floor level here across this corridor. So this might become an open plan thing. But we need lots of constructors and deconstructors, so yeah. That's probably going to be like the main CPU sink, I just imagine, is the constructors. Pentax tank, yeah. Well, there's plenty of room in that room for a Pentax tank as well. Pentax tank is only 2x1, so yeah, easy. Easy. So yeah, if we split it across this corridor. We can do an open plan thing from the central elevator thing. So it just sort of opens up into a large U-shaped deconstructor room that like goes from here all the way around and around there like that, with walls, with constructors and deconstructors all along the walls. That could be quite cool. So if we were to draw, let's see, constructors are too deep, aren't they? So yeah, so we would draw from there to there. I wish I counted that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So 9. All right, cool. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. And then we're going to take out, like, say, you know, all this corridor shaping. And then we could have the central elevator thing, and then we just basically have wall-to-wall constructors, right? We've got three types of constructors. Well, there's 4, but you know, we'd have 3. So we'd have your smalls, your advanced, well, I suppose there's 4 actually, because you'd have the deconstructors as well, wouldn't you? Deconstructors, and of course the universal, which I can't see right now. Where the... Oh yeah, there it is. Universal. All right. The universals being the biggest. We put those in first. Probably need universals for you. You need a lot of universals for like high-end ammo production. Things like heavy weapon ammo. I think is only doable in universals. A lot of tech level 25 stuff is only buildable in universal, which is the green little square you can see here. But yeah, you're not going to be building a lot of that very often. The ammo, yes, you might be building that quite often, but these sorts of blocks, not very often at all. But like triple heavy laser cannons, positron beam cannons, that all the ammo for that I think is universal only. So we definitely need a few universal constructors. They're slightly irritating because they are 3 wide rather than 2. So we do 1. We do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in between a deconstructor, right? Because the deconstructor's got that cool mechanical arm thing, right, going on. The only problem with that is then you have the advanced constructors kind of blocking it. Yeah, okay, so let's get rid of this wall and do that. And we'll do 4 advanced constructors. And the last 2 slots, smalls. Although I'd rather actually do it that way, because then you can have a whole block next to the wall and you don't have this weird gap. Right, there we go. The same here. Overrun this by 1 block, then we can transition the entrance into it, basically. Okay. I don't know if 4 advanced constructors is enough for a faction, I gotta be honest. 4 universals, 4 advanced, and only 2 deconstructors. Maybe we need a secondary room. Like down here, we could have a corridor of just advanced constructors lining the walls. I don't know. Yeah. How much CPU is that? That's constructors is added 130,000 CPU. Right, I gotta go, guys. But this has come along nicely. Let's save it as RE2, because everything is now. SpanjCO HQ. There we go. 4 is enough if your faction is 3 people. Yeah, I know. It's not 3 people. It's like 20. So I want everybody in the faction to have their own working box inside the HQ as well. So, because there's a lot of people working in one area, you're always trying to get into the same boxes, basically. So I want everyone to have a working box where essentially they can just dump a bunch of resources in there that they can then access, play with, move things around, and do whatever they need to without having to contend with other people being in the same boxes. Inevitably, it's still going to happen because we're still going to have organized boxes. But yeah, anyway, we need a furnace room as well. But I think I'm definitely going to need more constructors. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the build. It's been a bit of a weird one, isn't it? The somewhat mutilation, restoration, sort of recycling of a really old build into something useful for Reforged 2. A hell of a challenge. But I don't agree that we should have started from scratch. I'm actually glad that we've done this, even though there was a ton of problems with it, with symmetry. But I think we've fixed them now for the most part. Anyway, I will try and get on this evening for some more Enshrouded, if you want to join me for that one. So hopefully I'll see you for that. Otherwise, I'll see you later on in the week for more Empyrion. Next episode is up tomorrow. So hopefully I'll see you for that one. Or I'm back with the Chaos Crew on Friday for our usual shenanigans. We're playing Lockdown Protocol. It's an Among Us style social deduction game. It was hilarious last time we played. So check it out if you want to come along to that as well. But thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for all the subs and follows and everything in between. I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you've enjoyed. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you when I see you. Goodbye, everyone.